Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an empties. These are actually my Q3 empties, so July, August, and September. I have been splitting up my beauty empties by quarter this year because I just can't seem to stick on any kind of other schedule that's closer together. And we've been tracking how much dollar value I've been using up. In Q3, I used up $463.32 worth of product. I do include samples in here and then do the math for how much that is worth. I have makeup, skincare, hair care, a whole bunch of stuff to chat with you guys. Chat with what? To chat about today? It is early in the morning for once. I never get to film in the morning, so I'm totally off my game. Am I ever on my game? No. I do want to say that I don't feel like I finished that many things this year in total, but this quarter as well. But in Q2, I used up $413.32 worth of product. So I did actually use up $50 exactly. I'm literally just seeing that for the first time. That's so strange, but here we are. I'm actually quite excited by that amount. I feel like I've used up more this year than years previous. I would have to actually go and check. Maybe I'll do that at the end of the year and kind of have some more stats in that way. But let's just hop into the empties. As always, I will give you a mini review. The links will be down below if applicable, if I would repurchase, etc. I go in the order of how I use them up. We're not splitting this up into different categories. Let's hop into it. First, I used up in July the Volition Celery Green Cream. This was 50 mils, 1.7 fluid ounces. I loved this moisturizer. I got this in a FabFitFun a very long time ago, I think. It had a very clean green kind of scent to it. This was so hydrating and it was almost blurring. This looked amazing under makeup in the morning. This was too heavy for me going into summer, so I actually finished it off as more of a night cream just because I didn't want it to go bad and there was so little left. But in the winter, for my combo oily, large pores, texture, skin, this was amazing for the morning and then applying makeup on top of it. I would totally repurchase this if I saw it on for a good sale and I was literally in dire need of a moisturizer because it was so good. But it retails for $74.20. Then I used up this Attitude deodorant. I actually got sent this through Influencer to review as PR, and this is a clean deodorant. I got the orange leaves scent and it says buy a product, plant a tree. This whole package is biodegradable. I love that so much. I'm going to toss this in my compost bin. It's one of those that you have to push up. Now, nearing the end of this product, it's hard to push it up. I don't know how to explain that. It gets so far up in the top, but this worked really well. Held up through workouts, maybe not like a HIIT or cardio workout, but like my normal everyday workout. I do get sweaty. This held up just fine, kept me feeling fresh. In the winter, I keep my house, moderately cold. I would have to hold this on my underarm for a second to warm it up and then it would apply well because it did kind of harden in the cold, but I would prefer that over a really emollient, oily, wet feeling deodorant, if you know what I mean. I will definitely repurchase this. This retails for $10.95. As a reminder, I'm Canadian. I feel like if I don't say that, people are like, whoa, those prices are super wrong. I'm Canadian, these are Canadian dollars. And this is a product that is made in Canada, which I love. Compostable, plant a tree, clean deodorant, works well, made in Canada, checks so many boxes for me. Next I have a makeup empty. I used up my Hourglass Micro Arch Brow Micro Sculpting Pencil. I had the shade Warm Brunette. I received this in a BoxyCharm. I really did love this brow pencil, but it retails for $39. That is too much for a brow pencil for me, in my opinion. And so while I really loved it, if you are in the market for a luxury brow pencil, I would recommend this. The tip was super fine. It lasted all day. It applied really well. It had a great spoolie on one end. I am just not going to repurchase it for myself. I finished up the Malin and Goat's Grapefruit Face Cleanser. This is very gross and sticky. It looks like a little bit leaked in my bin. This again was sent to me as PR through Influencer, and I loved this cleanser. I also really love the Vitamin E Moisturizer. I finished that prior to this. This was a great, refreshing, waking up kind of morning cleanser for me. Again, I have combo oily skin, so I do need to actually wash my face in the morning, but this didn't feel stripping or anything. It was refreshing. My skin felt nice and clean. This retails for $50, so again, more of a pricey product. There is 8 fluid ounces in here, or 236 milliliters, but I really, really loved this. I loved the scent, I loved the formula, and again, on sale, if I really needed a cleanser, which I don't need any skincare right now, I would repurchase this. This is a frequent flyer in my Empties, the CosRx Acne Pimple Master Patches. I get the multi-packs off of Amazon or websites like Look Fantastic, wherever I can find it for the best price basically. These are non-medicated, is that the right term? It's just a hydrocolloid dressing. And these work amazing for my acne. It just provides a protective seal. My acne heals faster, and I constantly have these in my stash. Oh, and those retail, if I broke down the pack I bought, it was like $4. My Dermatology Tinted Moisturizer Anti-Aging SPF. I really liked this in the summertime. I liked that it had a bit of a tint, yet it was still moderately hydrating. This is not hydrating enough for me if my skin was feeling a little dry at all, but if I'm feeling like an oily, sweaty mess in the summer, this was great. It has SPF 46, which is kind of a weird number, but here we are. This is $33.58, which is much cheaper than I thought I had paid. I thought Dermatology was more of a expensive skincare brand. When I bought this, I did use a code. They have codes with influencers. I used either Abby Young's or Lauren from An Honest Beauty Reviewer. I believe both of them have codes for Dermatology. I would consider repurchasing this, but not anytime soon, especially going into the cooler winter months. But I did like that it had a tiny bit of a tint, just enough to kind of color correct a bit of your skin. And this was a great like daytime moisturizer in the summer for me. I would consider repurchasing it, but just not anytime soon. Then I have this Willows and Bloom Intensive Hand Cream in the scent Wild Lily. This is, I value this at like $5. 2 fluid ounces, 60 mils of hand cream. This was actually really nice. I got this as a baby shower gift when I was pregnant with Wyatt. Wyatt is 5, so glad I finally used this up. It was nice. I don't even know where you can buy this product. I'm sure it was just a random like drugstore type purchase. I finally finished this perfume sample, the Marc Jacobs Decadence perfume. I valued this at $3.36. Again, doing the math for how many fluid ounces are in here, which is 0.04. I did not love this. This is a very heavy, sweet scent. I don't even know what the notes are, but I'm happy this is gone, and I wouldn't consider purchasing the full size. That is for sure. It just was not for me. The Hourglass Veil Primer. This is the smaller size, the 8.9 milliliters. I've had this in my collection for so long. I finished this in my Graveyard Project pan. It is kind of smoothing, kind of mattifying. The NYX Veil Primer does basically the same thing, which I also own, and I don't love either of them. So this small size here retails for 24 Canadian dollars, which is very pricey. I do like that it is like this frosted glass packaging. I feel like that is more recyclable, but I definitely would not repurchase that. I finished my Glow Recipe Banana Souffle Moisturizing cream. I was gonna say moisturizer. It says calming and hydrating. This retails for $50. I would not purchase or recommend this. I didn't find this overly hydrating. The banana scent was a little obnoxious for me as well. Ooh, now it does not smell like banana, let me tell you. Oh, it felt a little bit thick for the morning, but then, or like it feels thick when it was going on. When I would wake up, like if I used it at night, my skin would feel really parched. Like it wasn't actually hydrating or moisturizing enough for me. I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly, but I just didn't like this product. The AOA Studio Fat Lash Mascara. This retails for $1.25. Again, because I'm Canadian, probably $1 US. This was actually a really great mascara. I really enjoyed it. It did a great job. However, it dried out and started smelling weird after a month and a half or 2 months. Yeah. So it doesn't last as long as a typical mascara. I mean, it's so much cheaper than even a regular drugstore mascara. So take that for what you will. I don't love rubber bristle wands, but I mean, it still worked fine. I didn't have smudging, flaking, anything with this. It was a smidge hard to remove. Like when I was removing my makeup, it would kind of smear and be a little tricky to get all the way off, but I would totally consider repurchasing that someday. Another makeup empty, my ColourPop No Filter foundation. This retails for $9, I believe. I didn't love this. This is their more matte or satin matte foundation formula. I don't even know if they still sell this, but it doesn't have good lasting power on me, at least. Again, more combo oily skin. I'm so glad this is done. It still took me a really long time, and it's only 25 ml, so smaller than your typical foundation. I will not be repurchasing that. I used a mini of the Milk Makeup Vegan Milk Moisturizer. This is valued at $3.13. This is way too thick for me. This is very thick, very moisturizing, and my skin did not like this. So I think I finished this up like on my neck and chest area. I mean, it only took like 3 or 4 uses, but when I applied it on my face was mad. But if you have very dry skin, that might be something that you would like. Who's proud of how fast I'm going through these products? Oh, we're well into September empties now. I have the Pharmacy Deep Sweep 2% BHA Pore Cleaning Toner with Moringa and Papaya. This retails for $38. This is just your basic chemical exfoliant. I thought this would be really good for my acne prone skin, and I mean, I finished it, it was fine, but it wasn't my favorite. It did a fine job, and I did notice when I stopped using any kind of liquid exfoliant like this, my texture is coming back a little bit, but I think this was too much in combination with my tretinoin prescription, and I feel like people with acne swear by this and the Paula's Choice. I prefer the Paula's Choice one. I found one of my sponges under my bed because Domino put it there. So this is an empty. This is the AOA Paw Paw sponge, valued at $1.50. I really love these. I buy the multi-pack, and I'm using another one right now. This has cat hair on it. I'm so sorry. The Soul Body Body Wash. This is 8 fluid ounces and is $20 Canadian. This smells so good, and I do feel like it lasted a decent amount of time in my shower. I'm really pleased with this. $20 is a lot for a body wash, and also to have it shipped from California to Nova Scotia, Canada. So if this was on sale at some point when I was already making a ColourPop order, I could be convinced to toss this in my cart as well. It just smells so good, but I feel like I could probably get a similar scent at my local drugstore. But it had like the most beautiful foamy bubbles. Oh, I did love it a lot. I have this Tarte Surfer Curl mascara. I did not love this. This mini retails for $11.40. I can't even get this open. This was so dry in the tube, and like now it's so dry that all of the bristles have like stuck together and are very slowly popping up on the wand. It's super strange. This isn't even old in my collection, but I didn't get a lot of use out of this, to be honest. I used it for like maybe a month and then was just sick of fussing with it, so would not recommend that. I have my Mine Tan Body Skin Hydra Glow Sleep Serum. It's a hyaluronic acid cream based serum. This retails for $48. Again, this was a BoxyCharm product, and I would not recommend this, especially for $48. But a basic hydrating hyaluronic acid serum is something that you can find for really affordable, and $48 is atrocious for this. It's 2 fluid ounces. I didn't notice anything spectacular. Yeah, it was hydrating, but I won't be sourcing that out to purchase. Lastly, for my Q3 empties, I finally finished my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is 36 Canadian dollars. I have mine in the shade NW20, which was a perfect like skin tone match for me. I don't always love a bright under eye, but this was great for spot concealing as well as under the eyes for me, and then I could use a more brightening powder if I wanted that more brightening effect. This is my favorite concealer. This was full coverage without being heavy. You use the tiniest amount of product. It took me 170 uses to finish this. That was both as under eye concealer and as a spot concealer. That's a lot of uses for a concealer. It is 9 mils of product, or 0.3 fluid ounces, for $36. I will pop up the math of how much that is per use. I'm going to keep that as a note because I love how Too Much Tosh does that. And I would like to compare it to some other concealers, but I haven't been tracking all of them. So we'll see where we go with that. But I have a lot of concealers I need to get through, but I really, really love this. And I would repurchase someday. This is like an old favorite, an old faithful, you know what I mean? But those were all of the products I used up in July, August, and September. I know we are at the end of November, so I do have a few more empties in front of me that I will talk about in my next empties video. Let me know what the last thing you finished off in your beauty collection was, and if you enjoy these empty style videos, are there anything that you would be interested in checking out? Please let me know in the comments down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!